Let's take our, we try to show off a little bit. So
I got you.
Yeah, you're not just trying to put them over your pads all the time. Anyway, so
show them nipples off.
Anyway, so you go through that, and the family comes out. This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be serious here.
I was going to hold it together, but I look at Tyler and he's dying.
Can I go back now? Can I finish?
Sorry. Yeah, continue the story.
Goodness Lord, I'm bringing back some good memories here. This is fucking stuff. Gold right here.
Gold. We're stroking your ego right now.
This week is pretty much a national holiday coming up this Sunday. Super Bowl week.
It's the best week.
Isn't it?
It is, man. It's like Christmas.
And it feels so good to win the Super Bowl, doesn't it? I mean, it just feels so good.
Okay, so in my like list of best holidays, it goes Flag Day, Super Bowl.
And it's Flag Day. What the hell is Flag Day?
You don't celebrate Flag Day?
Hey, I've got a hot take.
Go ahead.
You ready for the hot take?
Oh, here we go.
Super Bowl, the game?
Yeah.
A little overrated.
Pause. Edit this shit. We'll edit you out. You're out. You're out.
Yeah, that's
the actual quality of the game.
That's blasphemous.
A little overrated.
I don't know, man. Okay, you're telling me that New England, Atlanta, that game was overrated?
No, not all of them.
Elizabeth.
No, not all of them. Let's speak in generalities, just like we do with everything. Let's never make.
There's times that it is. There's times it is. But there's also times
game.
New England, Seattle.
Oh, hell of a game.
Come on.
Okay, that's 2 out of 58.
Come on, man.
Okay, Philadelphia, New England.
Hey, trust me, I love football more than both of you combined.
There definitely has been.
No, you do not.
The actual Super Bowl.
You're not.
I don't watch it as much as you.
You wouldn't say. You would make these little comments. You truly loved it like we did.
Like it's so funny. He'll say things, and then like Darren and I get all pissed, and then Ben just smiles. He's like, "Yes, I got him."
Poke the bear, baby. Poke the bear.
But
continue, Tyler.
Super Bowl week, really exciting. It's gonna be a little different, I think, for a lot of people. Usually you bring a bunch of people together. It's gonna be different, but hopefully the game is good, and I really think that it's going to. It's a really good matchup. Yep. But before we get to this year's Super Bowl, let's go back. Let's go back to some questions I think a lot of us want to know, because very few people, me having played in the league for 6 years, I never got to experience it.
Right.
So let's talk about what the actual Super Bowl week, not just the game, right? We've talked about it in your story. If you have not heard it, go back, listen to the first and second episode when we went through Darren's story. We talked about what it was like going down the tunnel. It was awesome.
The originals.
But what was the week like?
The week leading up. Normally there's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's lump those 2 weeks into kind of one, the lead up.
And what I want you to think about in the context, I'm a weird hippie. I'm very interested in the mind.
Yeah.
What was the mentality like specifically going into that week? I mean,
I don't know, dude. I want to hear about parties and stuff like that.
That's all
like,
good. I'm just thinking about the context of, dude, this is your
Yeah.
your whole life you worked for.
Yeah, this is the dream.
And this is the dream for every football player, and you did it.
Yeah, so you win. Okay, you win the NFC Championship.
Yeah, start the story when the confetti at the NFC Championship.
Start with the day you were born, and let's work over from there.
So you win the game, NFC Championship, and there's that celebration where they get the confetti and everything's flying, and you're going to the next level, and they're giving you hats. Get the NFC Championship hat, they give you the shirt and all that, and I remember the family being up in the stands.
Here's an interesting, go back to the shirt. How big are those shirts that they give you?
Oh, they're huge, brother.
Are they ever worn again?
They're big. They're big over those shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah.
Triple XL.
Well, most of us take our, we try to show off a little bit. So
I got you.
Yeah, you're not just trying to put them over your pads all the time. Anyway, so
show them nipples off.
Anyway, so you go through that, and the family comes out. This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be serious here.
I was going to hold it together, but I look at Tyler and he's dying.
Can I go back now? Can I finish?
Sorry. Yeah. Continue the story.
Goodness Lord, I'm bringing back some good memories here. This is fucking stuff. Gold right here.
Gold. We're stroking your ego right now.
So anyway, back at it. So family's coming down. Everybody's celebrating. You go out and party that night.
Okay, hold on. Stop at family. a player that's playing in the Super Bowl, how many tickets do you get for the family? How do you coordinate
we haven't
that?
gotten there yet. I'm still
you just
NFC.
said family's coming out.
Guys,
No, I said NFC
guys.
Championship game.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, we're at the NFC
coming
Championship.
down
They're
to
coming
the
down to
field. Okay.
celebrate, right?
All right.
Hey,
let me
Ty,
walk
he's
this.
an artist, man. Just let him
Let me
work through the
paint this
story.
picture,
Paint.
man.
All
You're
right, my bad.
rushing me. You're in the week 2.
DJ,
I'm
put
not
this on
there
mute.
yet.
Put this on mute.
Can we mute Mike 3, please?
We haven't been drinking, I promise you. So,
Tito's handmade vodka.
yeah. All right, so we celebrate, have a good time there, and then the next day is the reality. You know, coaches bring you back in as a team. You know that you've won that game. You know the NFC Championship game, but you're still watching film. You got to watch the film of what you did in the day before's game. Everybody's hungover, drunk because you went out and partied.
The players are hungover,
Oh,
drunk?
yeah. I mean, NFC Championship, dude. You just won that game.
Dude, you're still in the middle of the season.
No, you got 2 weeks before the Super Bowl,
2 weeks.
homeboy.
And
Bye week.
you're getting sloshed?
Bye week.
You just won the NFC
I
Championship
get
game,
it,
dog.
but can we
Are
not
you
wait
serious?
a little bit longer?
Hell no. You celebrate the wins.
All right.
You celebrate
This
the wins.
is coming from the guy that's like, dude, I can't drink. I got to retreat in 9 months. I can't drink Saturday night.
I'm sorry.
I will not deny.
People that are listening, I'm sorry. I apologize.
We're off the rails, boys.
Okay.
Tito's
So-
handmade vodka.
We so we watch the film and everything, and then that week, so what happens is you start to get ramped up for the Super Bowl. So instantly they have to put all these parameters in place, like Super Bowl tickets. And now you're thinking about how many tickets do I need to purchase? Because they give you a handful. I can't remember the name. How many now? No, I can't even remember what we got back then.
I think it's
But
16.
They give you
I think
16.
you get
Each player
Okay.
gets 16?
I think
Wow.
so.
And
It's 10 or 16.
I'm
one
going
or two.
to incriminate because there's a lot of incrimination here. I won't go down that path. But once you get those tickets, you start to figure out who's going, who's not going. And that's the hardest thing.
That's a hard decision.
That's a hard, because these tickets
Because I know
are
you got more than
expensive.
16 family
oh,
and
dude,
friends.
Harder than a wedding list.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
You all of a sudden have cousin Reggie coming out of nowhere saying,
I don't want the IRS. But anyway.
Hey, yo,
you know what I'm talking about.
Aaron, let me hold one of
So
them
everybody's
tickets.
looking for tickets, right? But the tickets are also for sale. Like there's people, So anyway,
We'll get to
I'm
that.
not
We'll get
trying-
to that later from
Trust
a
me,
non-
I did not. My family went to the game, so you figure out the ticket situation, and then there's always the security part of it. So you're practicing. Practices are usually a little lighter that week. You go in on a Wednesday, Thursday,
And you're at home, not
you're at home,
not at the
You're-
Super Bowl location.
You're
you
at
don't
home.
fly there either.
No, we don't fly there until Sunday, Monday more than likely. But so you're at home. You're going through your practices. They're still setting up protocol. You got your tickets handled by Friday. You have to have your tickets handled by that Thursday or Friday. It's got to be done. Coaches want you done with it. They don't want you thinking about it. They want you to start.
When you
getting
do that, is
hyper-focused.
it you just get the number of tickets you need, or you have to put exactly whose name you're giving the tickets
You're
to?
doing yes.
Good night.
No, actually, you're not doing that. You are getting the tickets that you need, right? So you don't
And
have
then
to
you
put, unlike the
distribute.
regular season where you have to put the name on
Yes,
the list and
yes.
all that. No,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
not happening. So you get all that done. Again, you're practicing every day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you even practice on Saturday.
I was going to say Saturday, Sunday. So the Pro Bowl's going on at this
Yeah.
point, which you're
now
in the
it
Super
is.
Bowl.
Now it is.
Then
Not when he
it
was
wasn't.
playing.
When
It
I was
wasn't.
playing, it was after the Super
Pro Bowl was
So
after
there
the
was
Super Bowl.
still the 2 weeks.
There's still the 2 weeks.
Which makes sense by what you're saying. All the stuff that you couldn't do that in
Right.
a week.
And I'm talking, again, I played in 3 of them. One of them, the one that we played in
Flex.
Atlanta, it was no bye week in between. There was no open week. And we went right from game to the next game.
That's a
right?
lot to do in a
That
week.
was hard. That was really hard. But in the normal situation, you have that 2 week span. You get there.
Wait,
fine.
sorry. I blacked out for a second. Back in the day, there
Lost in
wasn't
your eyes, Darren.
there wasn't a bye week between the championship game and
one
the
of-
Super Bowl.
one of the
One
two.
of ours was not.
Really?
We actually we played the NFC Championship game the next Sunday.
Why'd they do that?
I have no idea. No, to this day, I have no idea why.
And that was just that
schedule
one
was
random year?
It was that one random year.
Really?
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
back to your story.
So we
That's-
really couldn't enjoy the moment like we
You couldn't
wanted
go
to.
get.
It's a million
Go
miles
get
an hour.
lit.
That's a
So
lot
we
to
were-
do.
You
Yes.
couldn't
a
go
lot.
drink the alcohol.
So Monday, I think
chase
Monday
the
you get
women.
on that plane, man, and the conversation is always the same. Every time I went was, let's be hyper focused. Family, don't worry about family. You've had all these days to get your family situated. When you hit the ground on Monday, they are a non-issue. this is what you're doing. You're getting ready to play the biggest game in your life. And they'll bring security in. They'll have this big security protocol of where you should go, where you should not go while you're there on the weekend. You'll understand what your curfew is for the week, where the schedule is. And one thing about football players is that we are creatures of habit. Mm-hmm. So the normalcy is you know where your meetings are every day. You're structured, right? You drive to the facility every day. You do all the little things, and now you're in a different place. Now you're in Atlanta. Now you're in Los Angeles or whatnot, and you're in a hotel. All the meetings are taking place in a hotel. So they're giving you all these protocols. You got to learn the room, the room, the name of the room.
The ballroom. This ballroom is that. Yeah.
Walkthrough is going to be here. So it's
got to get on the bus before you go to practice.
Exactly. You got to get on the bus, and it's a true inconvenience. The part that you enjoy are the moments after practice, and again. Jimmy did a great job of, we were a wild bunch. Yeah. But he did a great job in those first two of, hey, look, leaders be leaders. Can't be out there on the streets all night. Look, if you're going to go out and have a good time, I get it. Work hard, play hard. But by Thursday, we shut it down. Like, it was shut down. So we got there on Monday, out. Tuesday, out. Wednesday, out. Thursday, we shut it down. And we had a strict curfew. And, man, I just, for me, I just enjoyed that journey and enjoyed the moment because it was my dream. Mm-hmm. It was like, this is why I play this game. And there's so much anxiety leading up, and the anxiety hits you on Saturday. So on Saturday,
let's put some context around that a little bit, though, because not only is it a lifelong dream that you've had personally, but as a team, it starts back in January.
Yeah,
or I guess as soon as the season is over. Yeah,
about March.
Whenever the offseason starts. So March, April, May, all the way through. There's so many steps that get to this. So somebody's listening that never.
It's people that haven't experienced that is, and Tyler, you know better than anyone. You have a season, man, where there's so many ups and downs. You got good wins. You have close losses. You lose guys to injury, like big time players that are your teammates. Guys get cut through the season through transactions. You're losing guys, bringing in guys, and there's so many ups and downs, ebbs and flows to a season that once you get there, you're like, you look back and you go, God bless it.
Is that the first time you think you're like, dang?
Because it slows down.
2 weeks. It's the first time you've had.
Because really, like, and I haven't been to the Super Bowl, but it's like. Literally, if one of your boys gets cut the previous Tuesday, by the next Thursday, you don't even remember it. Yeah. You're so hyper-focused on this week, and the focus is all here. Yeah. And I'm assuming Thursday, that's kind of what it goes to, right? Like, you reflect, and you're like, but by Thursday, like, there is no outside.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying not to everybody, but to the real guys that really care about being there, there's no noise and you're super hyper-focused.
You're right. And that's the thing. When you get it about Thursday, man, everything goes all the way. Like, it just shrinks. And here comes the anxiety. Here comes, Friday's a different situation as well because you're winding down knowing the game's going to be on Sunday. So you go through your regular slow practice on Friday where you're dressed down basically. Saturday, you get on a bus and you go to a separate hotel. Because a lot of times.
So you changed.
Yeah, because a lot of times the hotels that you stay in when you initially get there, your family comes out. And your family usually gets there like on a Wednesday-ish, Thursday. And, if guys are married and their kids or whatnot, they'll come in. Mostly it's just the wives. They'll come in and they'll stay with you.
Okay, they let them stay with you.
Yeah,
okay.
Which was a problem. Like our first time around. Yeah. Long story.
Meaning,
a lot of the guys.
Lots of weak legs at practice.
Is there a ring on that finger? Are you really a wife?
Anyway, so
wives and girlfriends are sometimes both.
The women of the night.
So anyway, they try to, what they want to do is separate us from, and keep it the normalcy, because during the regular season at home, we're playing at home, that's what you do. You go to a different hotel, right?
Challenge is you're at a different market now.
So now you go to a separate hotel, and it is hyper-focused. It's the same routine. You're in, special teams meeting to start. You're in, then you go to offense, defense, or, separate, go to offense, defense, and you go to your position meetings. And the one thing I can always remember is Saturday night, man. And my roommate all those years was Kevin Smith, call him Pup. And we used to sit in that room, man, during the Super Bowl and just reflect on things and couldn't sleep. I mean, I was like wide awake, till 2:00 in the morning. And I'm playing the game in my mind over and over again. Don't want to fuck up. That's my mind. Don't fuck. It's just, hey, play your game. I'm talking to myself the whole time. I'm playing the game in my mind. You got this coverage. Here's your help. Your help is going to be inside and blah, blah, blah. So you go through all that. Next day, you wake up in the morning. You have your breakfast.
And this is game day?
This is game day. Yeah. On Sunday, you have your breakfast. You meet again as a team. And then there's a pregame meal a little later, and that's when you hit that pregame meal. It's time to go. It's like the mindset is game.
Because
time.
it's what, a 5:30?
5:30.
Yeah,
yep.
5:30 kickoff.
Yep.
You mentioned
usually.
Anxiety earlier. What's the anxiety at that point? Like day of,
It's the one-
after breakfast?
The anxiety usually starts to kick in about Friday, Saturday. Like
But
Friday.
does it ramp up to another level on game day?
Oh, game
on the
day.
of?
It's that.
And is
your
it-
booty hole's tight.
Okay,
Dog.
so Super
You're
Bowl.
squeezing.
Okay.
that.
Didn't
Super
know we
Bowl
were
is
going there,
100, right? From anxiety level. Super Bowl is 100. I mean, how does that really compare to the other games? I mean, is it heightened that much?
Yeah.
Just because, like, I played in multiple playoff games, and, like, yeah, it was a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, like, it really
because
exponentially is higher.
Because it's an international flavor. Now you got Japan, the Japan media credentials.
Okay.
And,
I wanna talk
you
about
got
that, but yeah.
international. It's like, it's media. What the heck?
Play
is
through
that all
adversity
about?
there and keep going.
Yeah. So the media.
Louder, talk louder. Loud noises.
Dude, if you're listening to this with headphones in, you want to punch virtually Tyler in the face right now. I apologize for him for just yelling in your ear.
Yeah. So the media contingent is different than any playoff game you've ever played in, man. It's not even close. Because you have a media request every single day, and I didn't even go through media day.
No.
I was going to
throughout
ask
the
you
week.
because we talked about, like, what
Yeah.
was the media like? Because it's such a spectacle now. Like,
They sell tickets for the media day nowadays.
what is it like?
I sell
Like
tickets
20
for that?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So
What are you
like
gonna watch?
if you're a news, well, just them up there. Like
Yeah.
think about the show, like what Marshawn did when he went to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, right? Think about all that, like what Gronk's done. I mean, was that the orange juice deal? Was that no, that wasn't the Super Bowl with Belichick. That was the NFL owners meetings, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah,
wasn't,
it wasn't
that
the
wasn't the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah, it
week.
was Super Bowl.
But okay, so what was that like? Did that because that's usually what Monday, Tuesday is media days.
No, it's like it goes on like Monday,
So
Tuesday,
in between
Wednesday,
practices,
something
like while
that.
you're practicing.
It's usually before practice.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Tyler, because media day, it just, we're, again, being creatures of habit. Now you can't. The normalcy is to get up, go get your treatment,
Yeah.
go get your workout in. That's all gone. Now you have to show up for media day, and you have to stand around for hours on end and get asked the dumbest damn questions ever.
Yeah.
And I get
What's the dumbest question you ever
Oh,
asked?
dude, I can't.
Yo, and I'll say this, and I want to hear this. But some of these journalists, and this is, look, I'm not judging anybody that's not that, but they just don't have an athletic background.
No.
They're writers, right?
Yeah.
They are English majors. And specifically, there was one in Dallas when I was playing. And you just like felt bad. Like
Yeah.
when he'd ask questions and you're like, oh, buddy.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Oh.
Yeah. But
okay,
then again, think about this. Your nerves are sort of
Yeah.
shot. The customary things that your normalcy of every day is gone.
Yeah.
So now you don't. So you can imagine when guys are up there and they're getting asked questions from people who've never watched a football game.
Yeah.
They got a media pass,
Yeah.
and they're asking questions. You're like, what? Why are we
Yeah.
wasting our damn
That's right.
time?
Well, it's a
up
waste
here?
of time anyway because you don't say anything worth
No,
listening
and
to
also,
anyway.
think about it.
It's so true.
It's
but,
all on you, man.
it's cookie cutter.
Those are
You
the
spend-
most
you
boring
spend-
interviews ever.
20 weeks up to that point.
Yeah.
With pretty much kind of consistent media in the locker room,
Yeah.
right? After, like when you're away games, you've got some of their media that comes in, but pretty much you're used to like this group of like 20 that are in your locker
Yeah.
room consistently
Same
asking
guys,
questions.
same beat
so it's kind
writers.
of along the same lines, but now you get to this. Now you get like GQ journalists coming in, or Men's Health, or whatever magazine or whatever. Because if you can get a media pass to the media day at the Super Bowl, that's a big deal, right? And everybody cares about it.
And you can't skip out. That's fine if you skip out.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. That was the famous line.
That's right.
So you go through all that stuff, and then I'll just fast forward it to Sunday and what that's like. And you get up in the morning, you have your breakfast, and then you have meetings, and then you have your pregame meal in the afternoon, and that's when they're talking about the buses leaving. When to if you're on the early bus or the late bus or whatnot. And I think for me, getting on the bus is one thing, but getting to the locker room. And I remember my rookie year going to Los Angeles and in the Rose Bowl. And I had played in the Rose Bowl twice in college. I was at Arizona State. So you saw UCLA. So I played, but it didn't look the same. It looked totally different. There were the trucks out front getting there. Michael Jackson was there.
Oh, the man.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Michael Jackson was there, man. And it was almost like overwhelming. So many lights. It was just, if it's your first time, it's a shock. I don't care who you are. It shocks you by how big the moment is. But man, then, in the end, you just play your game. It's like it's almost like it begins where all this hoopla, all the planes are flying over and everybody's nervous, and then you go out, you get on kickoff team and you hit somebody and it's like gone.
That's interesting. 'Cause I was going to say, because I've played in big games throughout my life in the context of those games, but nothing ever even close to the Super Bowl. So it's interesting to hear you say that. Man, once that kickoff goes, everything else is second.
Hey, wanted to take a quick break from the episode to thank our sponsor, Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka is distilled from corn and certified gluten-free. In the mid-'90s, Tito Beverage, that's his real name, Tito Beverage, built his very own micro distillery in Austin, Texas, incorporating the boutique winery concept into the spirits industry. He acquired the first legal permit to distill in Texas and put his life savings into it, racking up 19 credit cards to build his own copper pot stills and condensers. He continues to produce award-winning smooth American vodka on the same land where it all started, over 20 years later. Tito's has won the unanimous Judges' Choice double gold medal at the World Spirits Competition, among other awards. It's got a modest paper label on a sipple bottle, so all you pay for is the exceptional vodka inside. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, videos, and more for the Tito's story. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
So talk to us about being a player, an active player, and what Super Bowl is like from that perspective. Because you were in the league for 13 years, but so 10 of them. How many did you go to? What was that experience like? Because it's different now. You're not playing.
Right. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling ever. Like I remember losing the NFC Championship game in 94. Yeah,
Steve Young, Ricky Waters.
I know you're 49ers fan. See, 49ers fan
Jerry
remembers
Rice.
that bullshit. Anyway, so I remember
What's
going
the guy
to the
you always
Super Bowl.
reference? Tom
Rathman. He was done.
Rathman.
He was done at that point.
So anyway, we lose that, and we go into
Candlestick Park.
you get requests.
So it was a great game. So happy.
You remember what happened the first time? 92 and
And
93.
then the next two times, No, I remember.
Yeah, I know who Joe Montana is.
Best defense player all time.
Best linebacker in the NFL.
So, that sucks because you show up, because I had to go out for a couple of appearances, and I just didn't like the feeling at all, man. I mean, matter of fact, that years later, I stopped going. I just said, "Fuck it, I don't care how much money is there. I just don't want to be there."
Yeah. So you're someone that's been there, and you know what it takes to win. When you were there as a player, and you saw the guys that were in it, was there any guys that you're like, "Dude, what are you doing?" Like you're letting the moment pass you by.
Oh man.
Like seeing these guys out in the club or doing stuff.
Brother.
Like what was that like?
It wasn't. I mean, honestly, it wasn't just those guys. It was our own players when we were playing.
Yeah,
I'm sure people were looking at us the same way. Like Wednesday night, what you doing?
What was that one where you went to the party in L.A.
Oh, no,
and everybody?
Oh, what you talking about? John? Not John.
Which party was that? It was y'all showed up and y'all like big dogged everybody. Because they didn't care who y'all were.
Oh, that was that was a Magic Johnson party.
Yes.
Magic Johnson had a party in L.A., man, and Dallas Cowboys, like here at home, we're the dogs. Like we run every damn. We show up at a party, they open the doors. Like, hey, drinks. We showed up at the Magic Johnson's party, and I'm telling you, they put us in line. Like, what in the hell? We in line for what? And they were like, you got to wait, y'all. I don't give a damn who you are. And you're seeing people come in like producers and actors, and we're still stuck in line.
The guys playing in the dang game.
No, I'll tell you, man, the ego took a shot.
Oh, for
It
sure.
took a real
We're
shot.
here to play the Super Bowl.
You're having this party because of us.
I'll tell you, the best party I've ever been to, though,
Before or after the game are we talking?
after the game, we end up winning in L.A. We end up winning the Super Bowl, and we're out going hard. And Prince had a party, and it was called the Purple Rain Party or something like that, bro.
They rub his shoes all over your couch.
Oh, no. Couch. Anyway, it was the best party ever. Well, one, because we had just won.
What made it such a good party?
Because Prince performed. I had never seen Prince perform ever. Like, ever. You know, I've heard a lot about him. He played every instrument. And the stage was like right there. And that day they treated us like
He
we
played
came in
his
the
own
back
party.
room. You know, the dude, we saw him. He was, you know,
4'9",
4'2", nothing. But
Yeah.
it was awesome, man. Because that day I saw two of the biggest musical legends ever in the history of music. And that's Michael Jackson. And then I saw Prince that night.
What's the wildest thing you witnessed after Super Bowl winnings?
I can't talk.
Come
about
on, man.
that. No, dude, you can't. Come on, man.
Statute of
Don't put me
limitations.
in
It's
that.
been
No,
30
there ain't
years.
No statute of
It has
limitations.
been like 40
In my
years
house,
since you
there ain't
played.
no statute of limitations. I'm
what-
not incriminating.
I mean, let's not
myself.
use names,
I can't
but-
believe you try to walk me down
Well,
that shit.
Hey, we're
I'm
not
trying
going to
to
use
give the
names,
people what
but
they
what
want.
was the craziest thing that you saw Nigel Turving do?
I tell you one thing. We played in '95. We were in Phoenix, man, and again we had won, 2 out of the last 3, and we're in Phoenix, and this is under Barry Switzer.
Yeah.
And guys used to catch you had to catch the bus when you're in Phoenix in the hotel. The week of the game, you catch the bus to practice. Our team was so wild, man. Like Michael Irvin was showing up to practice in a limousine, in a limo. Like, who the hell shows up to practice? Everybody's on the bus, and it wasn't just Mike. There's a few of them showing up in limos to the practice. And
That
Barry
dude,
was
man.
like, "Oh, whatever."
It's still slapping
Dude,
fools.
the amount of swag that dude has is
It
unmatched.
was awesome.
All right, so fast forward, we'll hit this and then we'll talk about this week's game. But what was it like as a former player going back? Right? Was it different than because now? Okay, look, I can let the regret that I'm not playing in this game go because now I'm not.
As
now
a former player,
as a
I'm out of the
former
league?
player, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
the 3 categories: as a player playing in the game, as a current player not there, and now as a former player coming back.
I think it's just built in me to have some type of jealousy because that's the game.
Yeah.
And you admire the guys that, I admire the guys that are playing in that
I mean,
game.
in the Bible, it's
because-
called coveting, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's neither here nor there. It's just Jesus, not a big deal.
Yeah. So anyway, I love the fact of being there. And I love the fact that, you respect the guys because the guys that are there, man, that's a lot of work, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about this, coming up here. I mean, these guys have had all kinds of ups and downs. They've had to deal with injuries. They've had to deal with so much. And leadership stayed the course on both sides. And, I look at Tampa Bay. I mean, you got a 43-year-old quarterback. New Orleans beat them twice this year. Blew them out the second time. They could have easily have folded. And they bounced back, man. It speaks to those players. So I got a ton of respect for them.
I got to ask you this because, I've asked our guest this before. I'm so fascinated by the moment that you achieve whatever goal it is that you have set out to achieve. So, I'm fascinated to know what was it like that first Super Bowl? What was it like to win it?
Oh, man, it was
everything you ever worked for.
It was a dream come true.
Was
man.
it as good as you
Yes, and
played it up?
And it was so emotional for me because I had to reflect back to the kid, and I did, man. I mean, even leading up, I reflected back to that kid that I didn't have much growing up, man. My mom was my hero. I didn't have a sports hero.
Yeah.
I lived on the west side of Phoenix in a little freaking, this room is probably bigger than my house. Like I came from fucking nothing.
Right.
And now just through, hard work and resiliency, here I am. And it could be anyone else. I mean, I knew guys that I came up with that could easily have been there if they would have just stayed the course.
Yeah.
But God had a plan, bro.
So what do y'all think about transitioning to this year's Super Bowl? What's your thoughts, predictions? Darren, have you watched the game this year?
Absolutely. Have you watched the game this year?
Barely.
Thank you.
I had to go back into ESPN.com and do some note taking from apparently they played this year already each other.
You're terrible.
So don't take my analysis for anything.
brother.
Don't go bet on what I'm about to say.
Well, so here's the thing between these two, right? Is you've got the incumbent GOAT versus the potential replacement of the GOAT, right? Mm-hmm. And it's going to be an interesting matchup because here's the difference, right? Is I want to see how Brady performs in this big of a game without Belichick. And I know the whole season was like, oh, how's he going to do without Belichick? But here's the difference, right? And Arians is a great coach, and by no means am I knocking him here, but you on the other sideline, you have Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a mind that is really hard to outmaneuver. And the only one, which he did it, he outmaneuvered Belichick last year. It'll be interesting to see how Tampa Bay can do that. But here's the thing is Tom's been there before. He's done it. Yeah. He's battled back. I mean, like we mentioned earlier, the Atlanta New England game, right? What Tom overcame in that game, I mean, he has enough stripes for life, and you can't count him out. The difference is going to be in this game, in my opinion, is how is this Tampa Bay offense going to show up, right? And what is Tampa Bay's defense going to do to just somewhat limit the big plays by Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the two weapons on offense. If you can stop those two and make Mahomes beat you with his feet, which he's not going to do. Like, right, he's a mobile quarterback, but he's not going to beat you with, but if you force him into that role, I mean, look what happened a couple weeks ago, right? He took a shot and knocked him out of the game, and they almost lost that game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not saying take him out, but how's the Tampa Bay defense, who's been up and down? Started out, it was the strength of the team. They had some downs, back up. They played really well the last couple of weeks, but how are they going to show up this game? Is it going to be? Yeah.
You know, I was talking to Damien the other day, and if you're listening, you don't know who Damien is, but he's a coworker of ours. And he brought up an interesting question, you know, because Tom Brady, he's the greatest. Like, if you put the GOATs in each sport, he's at the top of that. Over Michael Jordan, over whoever you want to say. Tom Brady's the greatest ever. And
yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll get to that debate later.
Serious?
Tom Brady is the greatest ever.
Stop. Hey, Ben, stop. Stop.
So what he's saying?
Better than him?
What he's saying? No, what he's saying?
Jordan.
What he's saying
hands
is
down.
What he's saying is Tom has the best jawline. The greatest jawline.
We'll get in that debate later because we got time. We got a time limit here. But
dude, I can't believe that came out of your mouth. Like that actually.
It's much harder to win a Super Bowl than it is to win an NBA championship. Let's just get that.
You know how many other players that are involved in the football game?
That's my point.
And coaches.
It's harder to win in a Super Bowl than it is NBA.
But NBA,
saying, one player makes the team.
So you're saying that Tom has willed
one player makes the team in the NBA.
He's willed all those players. Like it wasn't Belichick who had a game plan. It wasn't Teddy Bruschi who.
Where's Belichick right now?
Belichick. Hey,
what's Belichick doing right now?
You need to stop, son.
Tom Brady has played in 10 Super Bowls.
Do you remember that defense early on? We sat here and talked to Teddy Bruschi. He said they hadn't. Tom was. How many points they put up?
Like defense and special teams is what he said.
Defense and he didn't
field goals, defense and special teams.
How many Super Bowls has Tom Brady played in?
He's lost how many too? The man he's lost 23. Hasn't lost. Never lost one.
He's lost less than he's won.
23 has never lost one.
23.
How many gold medals? How many gold medals does he have?
23 only has to rely on 4 other people to win the game. Tom has to rely on 21 other people.
I'm sorry.
And a special teams.
I played the game, and I love the game. I really respect it. But if you're going to tell me that Joe Montana, who had 5, was even in the same breath as Michael Jordan when he had
Joe Montana? We're not talking about Joe Montana.
No, I'm saying Joe Montana had 4, right? 4, yeah. Did we even have that conversation? Were we even having that conversation? Jerry Rice has 4, right? Was he in the conversation?
How many have they played in? How many times have they gotten their team there?
It doesn't matter how many you play.
Back to the original question.
We can have this argument. We can have this argument about LeBron James then, right? How many has he played in?
So
back to the original question.
No. Let's marinate on this real quick. So I get what you're saying, right? I don't know. It's going to be really hard to surpass Tom Brady's numbers as a quarterback in the NFL. Like, he will be on the Rushmore of quarterbacks.
Absolutely. Greatest quarterback to ever play the game.
But that's a great transition. You can have the same argument about Jerry Rice because his stats will never be touched.
I can honestly say this. As far as football players are concerned, he may not be the greatest football player. Like Jerry Rice, in my book, is probably the greatest football player to ever play the game, right? Tom Brady may be the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. And yeah, it's no denying that he's the GOAT. But there's number 80 was a freaking monster and totally changed the outlook of the game.
Was he the reason and this is a genuine question, was Jerry Rice the reason those teams were making it and winning the Super Bowl?
Had he not been on those teams, I don't think that they would have won. They may have won one,
not.
Like Joe Montana might have. So he won one without Jerry, right? I think he won one without Jerry Rice. But I think between the last three and Steve Young in 94, I don't think that they would have. Well, 94 they blew out, but they wouldn't have been there because they wouldn't have beat Dallas.
So does a receiver have more of an impact on his team than a quarterback does?
But look, you got to double him. Now you run the ball. Yeah. Now you got one-on-ones with the tight ends. Now you got one-on-ones. I mean, he was that. I didn't go into the games going, you know what, Steve Young or Joe Montana, goodness Lord. I went in the game going, that son of a bitch, where is he? Because he's going to take the top off. And he's going to do things that he's going to force you defensively to do things you don't normally do. And that's hard. That's hard to do. It's almost, that's the effect that he has. And that's the thing when I say about Jordan. When Jordan touched the court, he got off the boat. When he got off the bus, they were like, that's the dog.
All right. We're not going to resolve this. I disagree with you. We're still going to be friends when we're done.
He does that.
We're still going to be friends.
We're just not.
Let me go back to my original question.
Your mouth is like
Tom Brady is the GOAT of all GOATs. And that you can't convince me otherwise. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. The question that was presented then, if Pat Mahomes doesn't win this game against Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes goes on and wins 6 championships, 7 championships, whatever, can you consider Pat Mahomes in a higher tier than Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Even though they didn't win head-to-head.
Yeah, but even though they didn't win.
Even though he didn't beat Tom Brady. If Tom Brady wins this year, but Pat Mahomes still goes off and does his career.
Yeah, but
they played each other one time ever, and Brady beat him. Can you consider...
They haven't played just one time
that's
ever.
That's not fair to that.
They've played...
In the Super Bowl.
He's beat Tom. Oh, in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
But
the only game that matters, the regular season doesn't matter. The Super Bowl is what matters.
It doesn't?
Not as much.
You have a man crush on 12.
I do. Is it apparent? I'm trying to be unbiased
His sweat dropping down. Unbiased. Oh, my God.
I'm taking a neutral,
you are extremist.
analytical position
honestly, I don't have I do have an opinion, but on this question, what do you think? Can you consider Pat Mahomes? It's just a fun question. Can you consider Pat Mahomes the greatest of all time if he goes on and wins?
But yes, statistically,
since he lost to Brady in the only Super Bowl they ever played together,
championships. Yeah, absolutely. I think you can.
Yeah, I think you can't. I mean, look, you can't put him in that boat of he didn't win that game, but he goes on and wins 6 more. I mean. Just because he didn't win against Brady. I mean, how many times did Brady lose?
You don't have to be angry when you answer that question.
To answer your,
I just think you're so one-sided.
But that question is the same as, okay, so then Eli Manning's the greatest of all time because he beat Tom twice in the Super Bowl?
He only won 2.
But every time they went head-to-head in the Super Bowl, he beat him.
He only won 2 versus Tom Brady's 6.
But he beat him.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Do you consider him the best?
That's what you just said, though, is like you can't, if he goes on and wins it without him, but he couldn't beat Tom, so he's
not
as
good
good as
him
him.
Twice. He beat him once, right?
But he beat him in the AFC Championship last year, and then he won this year. I mean, he's beat him multiple times.
I don't know. I have no idea. No idea.
No. Because he never played in the AFC. He played in the NFC. Eli.
Oh, Eli.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, no. I don't know about regular. No, because remember, so New England beat him the 17-0 season when they beat him in 2007. Yeah. Tom beat Eli. Remember, it was the first time you're like, whoa, like New York's not a bad team. Remember that game?
Yeah, I remember that game.
It was that last game of the season. Last game of the regular season.
So Tom beat him then, and then came back Super Bowl, and Eli beat him that one.
So through the career, they probably played 4 or 5 times outside of the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
right.
so
I don't know.
So now that we can all agree that Tom Brady's the greatest ever.
No, he keeps talking.
Now that's settled.
Now that that's settled.
Look, I think he's the greatest quarterback ever, hands down.
What's your prediction for this game?
Well, look, I'm going to look at it. You always want to be familiar with your surroundings, right? So I think the advantage goes to Tampa Bay. Yeah. They're not traveling. They're at home for a Super Bowl. It's not like a whole lot of adjustments they're going to have to make outside of media. Now,
are they still like doing everything from their home facility?
No, I don't know where. I don't know if they can. Can they?
Because Super Bowl week, you don't do that, obviously, if you're not playing in your hometown.
At your home facility.
But nobody's ever done it before. Nobody's ever done that before.
What are they going to say? Oh, no, you can't be in your locker room.
I don't know.
You can't be in
Maybe that's an advantage.
I think that, it's a clear advantage.
Maybe they make them leave and go somewhere else.
That's not their fault.
No, this is the first time it's ever happened, so I'd be curious.
We all knew in January where the Super Bowl was when we started.
Everybody's shot. I look at it this way. There is being familiar with where you are as well.
By the way,
but
no wonder you're arguing for Michael. You're wearing Jordan shoes right now.
yeah, but I got your boy.
Talk about being biased.
Are these Jordans?
I'm not wearing Tom Brady shoes right now.
But he got his ball sack.
You wearing
Jordan
shoes?
You got his ball sack
your
on your
underwear,
forehead.
probably Michael Jordan underwear on
Anyway, can I finish my analysis?
No, that just struck me.
Yeah. Okay.
This is all making sense.
Anywho,
You see interrupting Cal over here. Moo!
yeah.
Do you know the winning an
Darren,
argument
please
101 is interrupt as much as you can and be louder than the other person.
100%.
That's how you win an argument. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway,
Overall outcome of this week.
overall outcome is this. I was
Stick
going
to
to
the
get into
script,
it.
Tyler.
Look, I think we saw them play a few weeks, about 5-6 weeks ago. They got to do something with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
They got to manage him because we saw in the first quarter of that game he had 200 yards.
Yeah.
And Mahomes is, and we, again, we talked to Teddy Bruschi, we talked to guys. I've talked to guys and watched Mahomes up close. He's different. He is different. He throws off different platforms. He has great vision. Andy Reid is a genius. The question is going to be which Chiefs defense is going to show up. If the Chiefs defense shows up, this could get out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll jump on that. I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Concur.
Hey.
So what's your prediction? Like, I know what's the score? Give me a score. Just for fun. Funsies. 27-24
Whatever I
was
say, it's not going to be close because we tried that early this season. Wasn't even close.
What's your score? Who's your winner?
I'm gonna say Kansas City 31, Tampa Bay 28.
Close game.
I do think it'll be a close game.
I'm going to say it's going to be more than that. I'm going to say 40, I don't know, 41. I think Tampa scores at least 20, 28 as well.
Okay, so what Darren is saying is all you bettors out there, he is guaranteeing if you bet the spread. So I'll give you his address if you want to go talk to him after the game or put your No, so you think that that Kansas City will beat the spread?
I think so. I just think that Kansas City is, and I don't know what the availability of Sammy Watkins is going to be. I'm not sure what that situation is like. And I'm not sure what the situation is with the two safeties of Tampa Bay who have been banged up.
Yeah.
They're hurt. If they play, I think it's a better game. If they don't play, you got a young secondary. And what is Todd Bowles? How is Todd Bowles going to match up? He's got some problems.
Yeah, dangerous weapons to try to match up with some young guys. So
that's the wrong game to have two safeties now.
All right, you can't escape it. You got to give a prediction too.
Oh, I'll give one. I was chomping at the bit.
Tampa Bay.
No, it ain't Tampa. It's Tom.
Tampa Bay. Tom Brady.
Tampa 63, Chiefs 3. Just kidding. No, I actually don't think it's going to be close. I think Kansas City's going to blow them out.
Think so?
Yeah.
Give us a score.
That's what I think. I'm going to say 34-17.
All right.
Kansas City.
All right.
That's not much of a blowout, though.
That's a 2-touchdown.
Yeah.
Touchdown, yeah.
Vegas wise, that's a blowout.
I think Tampa scores.
What is the line?
I don't know what the line. No, I don't know what. And when this airs, I don't know what it's going to be on that day.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got to be Kansas City by at least 4.
Yeah.
At least. But anyways, enjoy the game. Enjoy the time. Whoever you watch it with, be safe. And just know that us three will be watching it with you.
Yeah.
Are we watching it together?
Because the game is not over.
Hey, guys, are we watching it together?
No, hell no. You ain't invited.
Hey, like you said in our text this morning, he's like, man, I'm just trying to get Darren to hang out with me outside of work. He turns his phone off outside of work.
I'm going to have my Tom Brady underwear on. That's all I'm showing up with is just Tom Brady underwear.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Enjoy the game.
Make sure to follow us on social media. Make sure to subscribe and just share with friends, whether it's verbally or shoot it out, post it on. We appreciate you guys. Ask us questions. Any questions y'all have, anything about the Super Bowl, Darren Woodson 28 on Instagram. We'll get you some feedback on it. Anything that relates to Super Bowl, we'll get it out there. And man, enjoy, stay safe.
Yeah, people ask us all the time, how can we help you guys? How can we help the show? Share it. That's the number one thing you do. Right. Share with everybody.
That's right.
Thanks
and
again.
now that we've settled the
we ain't settled. We have not settled. We're going to argue off.
Appreciate you.